We all can admit that marketing in real estate can be incredibly expensive. Today we're actually covering some of the most affordable marketing ideas you can implement in your business today. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Philip Shepard. I've actually been a real estate broker for over 15 years. Now this channel is your go-to resource for one of the best and most rewarding careers in the world, real estate. Helping individuals and families, possibly just like yours, secure their next home as well as possible investment. So if you find yourself here and you are here to actually assist more people with their home sales and in turn make a great life for yourself, you have found the perfect corner of the internet. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. All right, and the first affordable marketing idea you can do in real estate, and this isn't to be an obvious one, a well-spoken one that has been mentioned for over a decade, but social media content with an asterisk. There are some asterisks here for sure. I always mention social media content as a lot of other people on YouTube or mentors, or maybe your broker, or whoever the case is. Social media content is great. It's free, obviously. The next question most agents ask is, what do I post? What do I do? What do I say? Especially if you're kind of newish to the industry, last couple of years, 5 years or so, and you're starting to get like your feet paddling in the industry itself. When it comes to social media content, let me tell you what was super successful for me and also what I've seen a lot of others do as well. One of the things I have done in the past, and I actually still currently do, is that obviously we all go to coffee shops all the time. We go to restaurants, we go to different things. One thing that I've always done that I found super successful is when I go to these places, I literally shoot a video. Like I take my phone out and I try to make it as local as possible, not necessarily like big brand stuff. I take my phone out, I walk in the door, I shoot around the video, I order the food, I get the stuff, I walk the process, I walk around the actual store itself, and video, no audio, no talking, just get a bunch of B-roll footage, as the industry calls it, of just the actual like we call it restaurant itself. Then I go back later at a different point, I assemble the footage and just I record on my iPhone. This is all my iPhone. I record like an audio thing saying, hey everybody, this is Philip and I'm over at, Sweet Greens over in Bentonville, Arkansas. And they say, this is a great place because obviously we're trying to be super healthy in Northwest Arkansas and you can't find any healthier place than this. The salads were top tier, loved it. The salad that I ordered was this, and this. I thought it was fantastic. The one thing I really recommend is checking this place out because I really do love salads and maybe if you're trying to get healthy, this is great. Yada, yada, you get the idea. So you put that audio over the video, the beautiful footage. The biggest thing I want to lead all to this is then you tag that business when you post that video. I would then post it on Instagram, I post it on Facebook, I post it on TikTok, I would post it on your Instagram Reels. It goes everywhere. Oftentimes, the whole point of this is that if you want free social media content and you want to feel like you're doing something, doing this is great because first of all, you're gonna be paying for the food anyways. You're just, instead of going to Starbucks, go to a different coffee shop. If you're gonna go to some random like Panda Express, go to a local actual food place. Use the money elsewhere to actually put marketing dollars behind you, then leverage that on social media. The businesses will oftentimes repost your stuff. And if you do that over and over and over and over and over again, you're gonna build a social media empire very quickly. So again, leveraging other people's social media because you're doing them a favor works so well. I recommend doing this because if you would be honest with yourself, how often times you go out to eat, especially during the day, and how often times you go to coffee shops, how often do you go shop to like clothing stores, how often do you go to little game places with your kids? All those places would love to have social media content and your whole social media presence could be just uplifting the area and small businesses. It would be fantastic. And the second affordable marketing idea for real estate agents is actually going to networking events. Now, one thing I want to mention is I'm not the biggest fan of organized chamber events or joining chambers. The reason being is because it's very there's people there are probably not going to buy and sell homes with you. Other networking events, like when it comes to more specific stuff, I'd definitely be more in favor of, but chamber is just a generic, let me take some money and you're allowed to come to these events. Some chambers are great. Most chambers I have not found successful. I'll let you pick and choose that one. But with the events I'm actually talking about are going to be like on Eventbrite, Facebook events, Meetup. These events are gold because, and I would kind of layer them in with potential hobbies or things you want to get involved in. But going to these networking events or just events make a big deal when it comes to marketing ideas. Now, again, when I enter these events, I don't necessarily go in with a sales attitude. I go in with like, hey, this would be fun to do, art or paint or yoga or this, or we're going to go, whatever the case is, whatever you want to label it, the events, you're going in with the attitude that you want to do the thing. And also you'll make friends, talk to people. Oftentimes, honestly, hilariously enough, is that real estate is one of those few industries when people ask you like, hey, what do you do? I'm in real estate. Wow, how's the market? Boom. A lot of times just telling people you're in real estate opens up a world of doors. The next question will always and forever be, how's the real estate market doing? Well, let me tell you. You don't want to hand something out like that, but show that you're professional, show that you have knowledge about it, yada, yada, yada. So these kind of networking events or just events are gold mines because oftentimes there's like, you're not going to be putting yourself in a room with a bunch of other agents oftentimes. And these events are just kind of geared towards hobbies. So I'd recommend doing these and be genuine about it, but that is where some gold could lie. Whoa. Before we jump on to the next point, one of the hardest things in real estate we all can agree upon is actually finding leads. Finding people that are raising their hand saying, I want to buy or sell my home or buy a home. That's why I made a guide, a PDF, a book, so to speak, of over 100 ways of actually finding leads in your local community. So maybe you're an introvert, maybe you're an extrovert, maybe you want to do social media, maybe you don't want to do social media, maybe you want to be online, maybe you want to do networking events, maybe you want to do farmers markets. Whatever the case is, there are lead sources, lead styles for you in this guide. We all know that real estate is, obviously can have different styles of people, introvert, extrovert. We all know that. And so you will find actual lead sources in there for you. So go ahead and download it, use it. It's completely free to use, 100% free, email below. And the next thing I want to also point out is the fact that let me know how you're using these lead sources. I always want to continually improve this guide because there are a million ways of finding leads in real estate. So go ahead, enter your name, enter that email below, and I'll make sure to get that guide to you right away, free, right to your email. So again, enter your email below and download the guide and start using those lead sources, those lead styles right away. And again, I'd love to hear all the different ways you're using them and how are some things I can add to the actual guide itself. And the third affordable marketing idea you can do in real estate, and this is a very obvious one, but it's crucial to growing your business, is open houses. Now, one thing about open houses that I posted a video about how, I've done my open houses. I'll probably make a more official video, like how I structurally do open houses to maximize them to the amount. But I digress. Open houses are a great way because what you are doing essentially is I'm opening the door for, I would consider, one little asterisk, I want to put this here. If you do an open house, don't go for like the $1.5 million, whoever is a high number for your houses in your area. Go for something with the most potential buyers. Just keep that in mind. I know you want to shoot high. I would recommend not doing that because a lot of times people are just viewing or looking at neighbors next door. Cool. What I would do is get in a house that's affordable in your area because that's going to have the highest results of buyers actually going there. So I kind of hinted towards it, but open houses are a great way to literally find buyers. You're probably aware of this, but from a marketing idea, from an affordability idea, almost literally cheap. Oftentimes, if you want to do cookies or this or coffee or that or whatever the case is, title companies will be more than happy to sponsor it. Lenders are more than happy to sponsor this stuff. You'll actually have someone else there just to keep you company oftentimes. So when you are doing these open houses, am in the mind, if you can make time for them, and I may make time because there's always time, you have to make time for them. I would do as many as possible. I've seen many people's careers take off based on open houses, between like 4 or 5 a week. Why can't you double up open houses on a Saturday? Why can't you double open houses on a Sunday? Why can't you open a house on a 5:30 on an afternoon after people get off work? Nothing's stopping you. Why can't you do it at noon? Doesn't make a difference. And also a little bit of side note, you can do open houses outside your brokerage. So if you have a smaller brokerage or your brokerage doesn't have that kind of style of housing that you're looking to do open houses in, call up other agents. They're more than happy to do that for you. So keep that in mind. Open houses, very amazing way to build a business and cheap marketing, really cheap marketing. And the fourth affordable way for real estate agents to market themselves, and this is a personal preference of mine, but I think it's super cheap, is email newsletters. Now, the reason I love this one is because once you collect enough email addresses, it's literally free to contact 100, 200, 500, 1,000, whatever number we want to put there, people per week. A thing that I like to do, and some people would argue against me, is they want to do a monthly email, almost worthless. You need to aim for, I would prefer weekly. I do weekly. If you have to do bi-weekly, that's fine, but I would aim for weekly. You want to be in their email address at least once a week. This could be a culmination of past clients. This can be a culmination of something you offer when you go to events. Like, hey, I have this email newsletter that kind of follows up, or that follows like all the trending news that is probably prominent or important to you in the area. Would you want to sign up for that? Sure. Here's your email. Great. Put them on the list. There are so many ways you can get these email addresses, whether you go to farmers markets, get a list, open houses. If an email list is one of the cheapest way to collect data, collect email, and keep on top of those clients, potential clients, these kind of warm people, to eventually lead them to a home sale, obviously. Email lists, email newsletters are one of the cheapest ways to do it, because honestly, I can't think of a cheaper way to contact 100 to 200 to 500 people per week. Because once you get these emails, like, you own them. Social media doesn't control them. You're not going to get, the algorithm isn't going to control it. It's really based on the content and the value you put out each week, the headline, what you put in there, and they keep coming back each week to stay on top of what's going on in your life potentially if you want to put stuff in there, and what's kind of going up around the area, whether it's real estate related as well as just local area related. So email newsletters, super cheap, because how much would it cost you each week to get in front of 500 people? Meaning, do you have to do an event every single week? Do you have to go out to this every single week or that every single week? No cheaper way than doing that. You can run ads, but that's not a guarantee. That, first of all, costs money, and that's no guarantee that you're actually going to convert anybody to something else. So email list, cheapest way to do it. And the fifth affordable marketing way that you can do for yourself in real estate is actually attracting buyers events, like getting buyers into rooms. Now, I want to put a little asterisk, a little bit of tidbits here. One thing I recommend is, I don't like doing these events in like title companies or like other, I would just say, like banks. Stupid. It's like doing it in a funeral home. Why would you do that? That's stupid. One of the guiding principles you should have for this is you want to go where people are versus them coming to you where you want them to be. The reason being is because the amount of money it takes to convince people through Facebook ads, through communications and newsletters, handing out flyers, whatever you do for marketing purposes to get people to this event, if you could kind of already go where they're going to be, much better. It's at Topgolf, it's at a brewery, it's over here, it's at a bakery. Whatever it is, do it at places where people are already going to make it comfortable. It's gonna, like, if you put yourself in their shoes, they get a flyer, they get a text, they get an email, they get a Facebook thing, they get an invite that says, hey, we're doing a buyer event talking about homeownership in this local area. Do you want to go over to, First Security Bank in some city and talk about that? That sounds really exciting. Wow, get me out of bed at 5:30 at night, or get me out of work at 5:30 at night, and I'm gonna go there to waste my evening. Yeah, sounds great. But if you say, we're gonna be doing a buyer's, same concept, same thing, but over at a brewery or a bakery, we're serving donuts, we're serving pork, or whatever we're doing, it's Taco Tuesday. So many ideas. Free margaritas, way cooler of an idea. I would be way more jazzed about doing that than necessarily going to some stagnant, silly title company or bank and then sit there in the purple stage chairs in a basement talking about how to buy a home. Sign me up. No, go to them. Don't make them come to you. You will get way better results.